called. In fact, I got one of these gentlemen help. Okay, please.
If he got jumped, why did he spend time in jail?
He didn't get jumped. He did the jumping.
No, the first time.
No, he jumped someone else. You understand? He was with 4 other guys, and he jumped the guy who was coming home from work. So that's why he got jammed up. What's your question? Everyone take one.
Right, if you a lawyer, like, and the person you support and like tell you that they committed a crime, and right, you can't tell them that?
No, it's called attorney-client privilege, and I get a lot of that. You understand? So people tell me things all the time.
I didn't even get one.
Yeah, we got some coming back there.
If I get one?
Okay. Yeah, it's called attorney-client privilege, and that's very important because it's like you have that with doctors, you have that in other professions, and we value that. We value it a lot. So people tell me a lot of things that I can't share with anybody else. Well, I can get in trouble in terms of what I do. Okay. The Kiyama rules for adolescents. Okay. I'm going to go down these rules, and I'm going to just basically ask, because some of them are self-explanatory. You seem to be a bright group. Do I need to explain that? No. All right, because I talked to this prosecutor one time when I first started, over a decade ago, and she said, Mike, she was running the court downtown on Elm Street, and she said, Mike, man, half our business would disappear if people followed that one rule. She said half of us would be out of a job if folks followed that one rule. I mean, you got people who steal and do other things. That's why half of the problem will be solved if people follow that one rule. Keep your hands to yourself. Do not touch people inappropriately. Do not pound on people. Keep your hands to yourself. Number 2, and adults have a difficult problem with this one. Take responsibility for your actions. If you do it, own up to it. Now listen, most people don't want to accept it. I hear clients say all the time, well, yeah, but so-and-so and this and that. Look, this is me, I'm telling my client. You talking to me. Take responsibility for your actions. That's key. You understand? I don't enable my sons. If you do something wrong, I'm coming to you and I expect you, don't start with the teacher did this. What did you do? Let's talk about your role. What did you do? Before we start talking about what the teacher did, let's talk about what you did. All right? Take responsibility, and then we go from there. Okay? Anybody got any questions on that one? Number 3, think and process before you act. This is the thing that got my last client in trouble, the client I'm dealing with. Because most of the time you just act on impulse. You don't think about it. Right? But you got time to think. You have time to think before you pick up that gun. Before you go and run and beat somebody up, before you decide to curse somebody out, you have time to think about it.
What would that do?
What's that?
If you curse somebody out?
No, well, I'm just saying that it's not. It's disrespectful. You understand? It's not necessarily a crime, but it can be a crime in certain situations, which is called disorderly conduct. If you're out there acting a fool in public. Well, yeah, I mean, but that's not too smart, is it? No. So, that's what we're talking about right there. Think and process before you act. Number 4, read it to me.
Surround yourself with smart peers who are good and should.
Help me with it. What does it mean? Someone, tell me. Boom! Stand up again, young man. That's it right there. That's it right there. Say it again, young man. That's right, man. Listen, Obama has advisors. That's the president. The president got advisors. Why shouldn't you have an advisor? Right? He's the president. He got advisors. They don't make a move without consulting their advisors. He has a cabinet. And he has advisors that come see him every single day. He doesn't make a move without consulting. Why? Why? You have all these smart people around you. Talk to them. Right?
Don't need no bad influence.
You understand what I'm trying to say again?
Don't need no bad influence.
That's right. Why? Keep negativity away from you. Life is short, gentlemen. You don't want negative influences around you. Are you following me? You with me? You seem like you're listening over there. Give me number 5, big time.
Seek advice as often as possible from those who care about you, are knowledgeable about the subject matter, and or have been down that road
previously. Help me with it. Come on, stay with me. You're doing well. Stay with me. Someone explain it to me. Talk to me.
Get advice from people that either been down the road or know how you feel about the situation or what happened.
Help me add to that. He's right there.
Like if one of your parents was in jail or something, you can ask them how to make your life better.
Might have been there. Help me with it.
Basically, get advice from whoever you think that would know something about that, or would, or been through it, or has been through something like it.
Beautiful. But what's the most important part about that statement?
As possible.
Right? As possible. Right? Right? You said the same. What else does it say in there? There's a right there in the beginning. Seek advice as often as possible from those
who care about you.
Right. Because people who care about you are not going to lead you down the wrong path. Right? Don't make no sense. Go to a knucklehead and somebody who care about you want to gas you. You know how some people gas you. Hey, do that. Come on. They don't care about you. They just want to see a fight or something. They want to see, and I'll tell you another thing. You ever heard this saying back there? Misery loves company. Have you ever heard that? Misery loves company.
My mom tells me that all the time.
Because your mother's right. Your mother's right. Misery loves company. Misery loves. So people are gonna gas you, and you have to be wise enough, right? Right? To do what?
Ignore it.
Or what? Ignore it. If that's not healthy advice coming from someone who don't care about you, what are you listening to him for? All right, number 6. Who's going to read it to me? I need some help. Talk to me.
Go to college or learn a trade.
What does it mean? What does it mean?
Like,
It means to when you go to college, make sure that you stay focused and don't end up like the other people that shot at the club or whatever, like you mentioned.
Go to college, basically, or
Go to school and don't be a dummy.
or right. What's the trade part?
Go to trade school.
If you don't want to go to college or you're not ready for college at a given time, learn a trade. Give me one trade. Give me a trade.
Engineer.
All right. Give me a trade. A trade. Those are professions. Give me a trade.
A nurse.
Nursing is a trade. How about electricians? Right? A plumber.
could be a lawyer.
You understand what I mean? Cosmetology. Someone who does hair. Barber. A painter. Those are trades. Carpentry. Those are trades. You understand what I'm saying? Okay. Who's going to help me with number 7? That's a big one. That's a controversial one. Sam, help me.
Race matters in our society, but achieved in spite of it.
Most people are not going to tell you that. Delta not going to tell you that sort of stuff. I'm telling you what I tell my own children. I have 2 boys, 16 and 13. Let them know. This matters in this society. This matters. Color of your skin matters. Don't let anybody tell you anything different. I'm telling you the truth. I'll tell you a story. I was on the courthouse steps one time. And I was waiting to get in. And they have these lines, right? Brother Graves will tell you about it, right? So they have a line for attorneys, and they have a line for the general public. So the attorneys could get in and get to their business. So they say, come on, next, counselor, next, counselor, next. And then they might start letting people from the general public in, right? Ordinary folks. I'm standing out there waiting to go in. A marshal came out there and said, sir, I was dressed to the 9 too, right? So the marshal comes out and looks at me and says, sir, you're in the wrong line. Why do you think he said, sir, you're in the wrong line?
Because you black.
he just made the mistake. And I can't possibly be an attorney, right? Even though I'm dressed like all the other attorneys. I can't possibly be an attorney, right? That was a mistake.
Was it a white guy that said it?
It was the white guy who said it. And let me share this with you. I'll share this with you. I don't think after I finished talking with him that he ever made that mistake again. You understand? But it matters. It matters in our society. But, what's the but there? Help me. Achieve in spite of. What does it mean, gentlemen?
Oh, don't worry about what your race is. I mean, people call you, just do your job.
Right. And who's a perfect example of that?
I know.
I'm one of them. The
Martin Luther
president.
King.
The president, right? You got the president, right? The Obama initiative, the president. Achieve in spite of. Okay? And what the problem didn't exist, the problem existed long before any of us came on the scene. You understand that?
Like Gilbert Arenas.
Okay. And number 8. Gentlemen, stay on task. You're with me now. Stay on task.
Believe in yourself.
There you go. And that's spelled out in bold print.
That's the most important.
I need everyone to tell me a little bit about that. Starting with you. Come on now. Tell me about it. You doodling and everything. What does it mean to you? Believe in yourself.
Believe in what you can do, and even if people don't think you're good.
Beautiful. Next. Talk to me. Believe in yourself. What does it mean to you? Believe in you. Help me out.
Never say you can't.
Never say you can't.
Believe in yourself, because if you don't believe in yourself, no one's going to believe in you.
There you go. Help me.
That's God's hope.
You can do it.
You can't do anything.
You can't do anything. You're defeated already if you don't believe in yourself. Who else going to help you? Help me.
Don't let nobody judge you.
And if they do, what you got to do? Believe in yourself.
Do whatever you want to because you achieve anything.
Got to be focused and believe in yourself. Talk to me. What does it mean? Come on now. What does it mean to you to believe in yourself? Believe you can do it. You ever get anything I said? Hold on for a second. Gentlemen, if I'm talking, y'all can't talk because then we get it all twisted here. So listen to what I'm saying to you. Take it easy for a second. Turn around, big time. Turn around. Turn around with me. I see the Negro League shirt. I like that shirt. I got one in red. Listen. Listen to what I'm saying to you. They achieved in spite of. Those gentlemen that he's representing achieved in spite of. If you forget, listen to what I'm saying to you. If you forget anything I've said today, anything, don't forget that. That's the key. You understand? Because you could be placed in very intimidating environments. I went to UConn Law School, and I can tell you I was like one of, I don't know, three black males in the whole class. It was a pretty big class. And you have people in there who, you know, crackerjack smart. Boom! They know it. They got it. You have to believe you got it. You've got to believe you can achieve. You understand what I'm saying? In whatever setting that you're in. You have to be prepared. You got to know your game, but you got to be there. And you got to believe in yourself. So given what we've discussed, what questions do you have?
Any questions, Bill?
What thoughts do you have on what we discussed? Then give me some comprehension. Let's talk about what we've discussed. Help me. What have we discussed today? Anything that you remember?
We discussed that you should believe in yourself and not be like these people on the street that don't even have a real living in their lives.
All right, that's one thing. All of you heard me, so help comprehend. What did we talk about? Except for this gentleman who just came in. Tell me something we talked about.
How to survive and get a good education.
We said something about survival. We talked about how to navigate and negotiate through certain things, like what type of friends should you be around? Young man? What type of individual?
Intelligent.
All right. Tell me something else we talked about. Rule number one. That's rule number one.
Just go.
Life is short.
Life is short.
You said that even grown-ups have a hard time taking responsibility.
Even grown-ups have a hard time taking responsibility. And they do. We do. But you have to take responsibility. Right? And you can't fall behind, get behind excuses and allow people to enable you. You have to take responsibility. Do you guys understand that? How important that is? Talk to me, young man.
How to believe in achieving life.
We talked a lot about that. You said a lot of different things. Anybody else want to add to it? I saw your hand.
I don't make the right decisions.
Right. What's key with making? Because being a good decision maker is so important. What do you have to do? There you go. Beautiful.
There you go.
That's it. You got to think and process before you act. You got to slow it all the way down. You understand what I'm saying? Slow it all the way down. Because you have time to think. Before you walk out of that room, before you get into something, you have time to think. What's my time, bro?
Oh, we're okay. We got a few. We think time. I'm doing that.
7 minutes.
All right. Well, with that last 7 minutes, I just, if you have anything you need me to entertain, any questions, I'm here to entertain your questions if you have any. Talk to me.
Do lawyers get paid a lot?
You know what someone told me one time when I became a lawyer? I got a sworn. I don't know, the guy might have told you the same thing. He said to me, he said, look, you'll make a good living. He said, you may not get rich. He said, but you won't starve. And I gotta tell you, he was right. You make a good living, you won't starve. So, and it depends on, there are some lawyers out there extremely wealthy, and some just getting by, and some are doing moderately well. You understand? It's a good profession. Let's put it that way.
How many years you gotta do to be a lawyer?
That's another good question. My nephew just graduated from law school, and it took him, you could do it in 3 years, you could do it in 3.5 years, you could do it in 4 years, depending on what your station is. Like if you're working, they have programs for people who got jobs and who's going to law school, and they attend evening classes.
And
so that might take about 4
after college.
I'm sorry? Oh, yeah, that's after college. I'm sorry. So if you do college, theoretically 7 years, quite possibly 8. Thanks, Tom. I went the long route. I went college for 4 years, then I got a master's, which took me 2 years, that's 6. Then I went to law school for 3.5 years. What's that? 9.5, 10 years. And it's good. I mean, if you get a chance to go to college, I got to tell you, go to college. It's a great time in life. All right. What? Any other questions?
Is college hard?
Here's the thing. You don't know the trick about college? Don't y'all ever forget it. For those of you who go to college, you know what the trick is? Studying and go to class. And I'm going to tell you something. Don't take it for granted because there's no one there to hold your hand. You don't have to go to class now in college. You could just stay in your dorm room all day long if you want. No one's there to say, oh, sir, you got to go to class. But when the grades come out, it'll reflect. You understand? What initiative you took to learn in that particular class. All right? So go to class. And I had 8 o'clock in the morning classes. I used to hang out. But I got up and I went to those 8 o'clock in the morning classes, even on a Friday. Physics I had. 8 o'clock in the morning. That was tough road to haul. But I did it.
When you're in college, do you still have to go to school on Saturday and Sunday?
Oh, no, I don't recall. There might be some elective, but it's rare. Most of the classes are held. You get the same classes in like at Southern, like Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And then you have the same classes on Tuesdays and Thursdays. You understand? That's how it was broken down for me.
In college, do you have class at night sometimes?
Sometimes. A lot of people take the classes at night too because they don't want to wake up in the morning. That's the other thing. You don't have to. You can determine when you want to take your classes for the most part. But you gotta, you gotta do it quickly because everybody else is trying to do the same thing.
Like what time?
Like you could say, I don't want to take any 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock classes. I want to go to class at 11 o'clock. So you can sign up for an 11 o'clock class.
At night?
No, and during the day, but at night, like 5 o'clock and 7 o'clock. Latest classes, I would say about 7:35, something like that. That's when the class starts. Class might end about 9, 10 o'clock.
You in a fraternity?
Yeah, I am in the fraternity, Omega, Psi Phi. You ever heard of Omega?
Is that like a gang?
Yeah, it is. Good gang. It's a fraternity of college of